Okay, it's about time we replace this broken knob on my Yaesu 1200. These shafts are so thin they just snap off real easy. So you got to be careful. Well, that's the way it is. I dropped the chassis on it. We'll go ahead and pop this this cover here, and we'll get started. Okay, I took the cover off and took the 6 bolts out of or screws out of the front panel. We disconnected these ribbon cables, and that's about all there is to removing the front panel. We can move this chassis out of the way, and we'll have just the front panel to work with. So that makes it kind of easy. Well, let's see. Looks like we got to remove this strip here. I don't see any other wires in there, so we'll just go ahead and remove that. It looks like the only thing holding it is these 4 screws, or 4 nuts on the controls here. So that ought to be pretty easy. That broken control is the one we got to replace. So we'll go ahead and get started. I don't have any wrenches to get down in there, so I got to use this curved needle nose to carefully get in there without scratching the panel. So we'll take it easy here and just loosen up these nuts and go from there. Got to be careful though, you don't want to scratch that front panel, that's for sure. So just take your time, nice and easy, and shouldn't be too much of a problem. They'll get them loose there, they'll drop right out. I use this little screwdriver to undo the nuts, again being real careful not to scratch the panel. They seem to come off really easy. Let me get my anti-static mat strap on here. That's always a good thing. I think these controls have some ICs on there that might be static sensitive. Looks like some kind of shift registers or something, from what I can tell from the backside. Okay, that just about does it. It should drop out real easy. No problem. And there we go. Now we can get to our broken control real easy. Looks like only let's see, 6, 7, 8 connections on the backside. Move this stuff out of the way. Get it set up here in my handy dandy pan of ice, where I can easily get to it. It's kind of my third hand. Get this straightened around here, where I can position it just right. Okay, we'll get the old solder sucker and go to town on this little puppy. Not too bad. Just got to be careful on these traces. We don't want to lift any of them. I can see this is going to be a little bit of a mess. We'll have to clean up It always is on this small stuff. Okay, off camera we got that cleaned up. So now I got it all soldered back together with the new control, so we'll just reinstall it here. Let me remove these washers and nuts, and we'll slip it back in there and get this little thing fired up. Should just clip right in there. That looks pretty good. Whoops. Yeah, I got the right position. Never hurts to double check. Okay, we can start getting these nuts back on there. Don't forget your washers. Okay, just like before, you got to take it easy getting these nuts tightened up. Don't scratch the panel, that's the main thing. And they don't have to be super tight, just kind of snug them up. Now, here comes the fun part. Getting all these little ribbon cables and connectors back in there. And I'm trying to work with the camera up top, and you don't have much room in there to get in there. But take it slow and easy, especially on these ribbon cables, because you can get those little ribbon cables messed up real easy. We'll get these little Molex connectors back in there. We got one with 2 pins, then we got one with 3 pins. Easy to come apart, hard to go back together. Well, that looks pretty good. Nice, we only have 6 screws that holds this front panel in, 2 on each side and 2 on the top. You can see where the 2 screws on the top go in. I tell you, Yaesu made this pretty easy to repair. Okay, we got the front knobs going. Got the knobs on. Now it's time for the smoke test. Check out, make sure all the controls are working. If your ribbon cable isn't in there, your knobs aren't going to work. So it looks like control and contour is working okay there. And we'll push that off and check out the notch and shift filter. See how they work. That shift is working okay. And the contour is working okay. I mean the width, not the contour. It's the width and the and the shift. That looks pretty good. I think we did it. And want to thank all of you for watching.